Hi everybody, welcome to Game Central. I'm Sean Woodland with Annie Sakamoto as we go through the first two tests for the teams in the quarterfinal round, and these look vaguely familiar.
Just a little bit familiar, but I like this, Sean. There's a lot more strategy that's going to come into play when we see these tests being executed by teams versus individuals, so it should be fun to watch.
Let's take a look at the schedule for the weekend. Of course, all the tests are being released today, and then the scores for tests 1 and 2 will be due Friday, April 23rd at 12 p.m. Pacific time. The scores for tests 3 and 4 will then be due on Saturday, same time on the clock, and then on Sunday, April 25th, 12 p.m. Pacific time, your scores for test 5 are due. Here is test number 1, and it has the same 3 movements as test number 1 for the individuals. 2 rounds each. The men will go, and then the women. 15 strict handstand push-ups, dumbbell hang power cleans, and now 100 double unders, and then the men immediately move into the next round of the kipping handstand push-ups, the dumbbell shoulder to overheads, and then also 100 double unders. Both men must complete 2 rounds, then they hand off to the women, and the time will be the total time that you have to do this. And really, there's not a whole lot you can game here to go faster.
Right, I mean, a lot of the strategy is kind of set for you by the parameters of how you have to execute this test. But having said that, I think you really need to push when it's your turn to execute one of the rounds, because you know that you're gonna rest while your partner goes. So it means you need to push when it's your turn. Maybe you're gonna break up those double unders. 100 double unders is a bigger set, but other than that, I think the best teams have to go unbroken on those other movements.
On to test number 2, and this one is burly like test number 2 for the individuals was 70 synchronized GHD sit-ups as the teams will work in male-female pairs. First pair will go 14 rope climbs, 70 synchro alternating single leg squats, 50 synchro GHD sit-ups, then rope climbs, and then the single alternating single leg squats. After the first pair is done, they tag the second pair. Score is total time. Now here you might be able to make up a little time on those rope climbs.
I would say it's definitely going to come to the rope climbs. You know, you're only as fast as your slowest athlete as far as the synchronized GHD and single leg squats go. So there is a little portion here where you and I are doing rope climbs. You could do 2, I do 1, vice versa. So that's where you need to put one of your not as strong rope climbers with one of your stronger rope climbers, and they can make up a little bit of ground.
We're going to find out a lot about the teams competing here, but we do know that Mayhem is gotta love this one.
They have to, because obviously, just like the test 2 for the individuals, it's really going to come down to the volume on those GHDs. 70 in a row, and then following that up with 50 in a row is more than a lot of us have done. So I think for Mayhem, who does hundreds of GHDs in their programming on the weekly basis, they're frothing at the bit for this one.
Now remember, your scores for your first 2 tests for the teams are due Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. We will have full coverage of the quarterfinals throughout the weekend. And remember, it's not too late to start making plans for the CrossFit Games in late July. Tickets are on sale, and registration for volunteering opens on May 3rd. You can go to games.crossfit.com for information on both. That is going to do it for this Day 1 Team Quarterfinals edition of Game Central. For Annie Sakamoto, I'm Sean Woodland. We'll talk to you guys next time.